This is the African News Update on Top Accolade News. The headlines: Former South African Deputy President dies. Former Equatorial Guinea finance official on trial for embezzlement. Tanzania's Prime Minister to exit politics. Ethiopia declares now mega dam complete. We start with the focus in politics. Former South African Deputy President dies. David Mabuza, South Africa's former Deputy President and a key figure within the ruling African National Congress, has died at the age of 64. The party confirmed this on Thursday. Mabuza served as Deputy President under Cyril Ramaphosa from 2018 to 2023 and was instrumental in helping Ramaphosa secure ANC leadership in 2017. Mabuza was praised by the ANC as a lifelong servant of the people and a committed leader in South Africa's post-apartheid transformation. While the cause of his death was not officially disclosed, local media reports he passed away in hospital. Still in politics, former Equatorial Guinea finance official on trial for embezzlement. Baltasar Ebang Engonga, the former Director General of Equatorial Guinea's National Financial Investigation Agency, is on trial for his alleged role in a major corruption scheme after being dismissed over leaked explicit videos and misconduct. Engonga, who went viral in November 2024, now faces embezzlement charges tied to the misappropriation of over 1 billion Central African francs in diverted insurance contributions from the Ministry of Finance. His trial began on June 30, 2025, with prosecutors seeking more than 18 years of prison time and nearly 911 million Central African francs in damages, implicating several other officials in the scandal. Moving on in politics, Tanzania's Prime Minister to exit politics. Tanzania's Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa has announced he will not seek re-election in the upcoming parliamentary polls, ending speculation about his political future and paving the way for new leadership within the ruling party. The surprise decision just weeks after confirming plans to run has fueled talks of internal party shifts as President Samia Suluhu Hassan eyes a second term. Majaliwa, who has served as Prime Minister since 2018 and helped steer Tanzania through a sensitive transition after the death of President Magufuli, said his decision was guided by faith and a desire to let others lead. Shifting focus to economy, Ethiopia declares now mega dam complete. Ethiopia's Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has announced the completion of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, marking a major milestone in the country's ambitious $4 billion energy project that has long strained relations with Egypt. Cairo, which relies almost entirely on the Nile for water, views the dam as an existential threat and has pushed for a binding agreement on water usage. Talks of that have yet to yield results. Despite regional tensions, Ethiopia is planning a formal inauguration in September and says the dam will boost power production while promoting shared prosperity. The dam, which began partial operation in 2022, is expected to double Ethiopia's electricity output and transform it to a net energy exporter, even as Egypt and Sudan remains outside a broader Nile Basin Initiative Accord signed by other upstream companies. You're watching the African News Update on Top Accolade News. Do stay with us. Still to come. Thanks for staying with us. In international relations, Trump to host African leaders for U.S.-Africa trade talks in Washington. U.S. President Donald Trump will host leaders from Gabon, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia, Mauritania, and Senegal in Washington on July 9th for a high-level meeting focused on expanding commercial ties, according to a White House official. The visit comes as part of Trump's push to shift U.S. policy in Africa away from traditional aid and towards trade-driven partnership aligned with its America First agenda. The three-day summit will emphasize mutual prosperity, with U.S. diplomats in the continent now evaluated by the value of commercial deals secured. Secretary of State Marco Rubio reinforced the administration's new stance this week, saying the U.S. will support African nations that show both the capacity and will to drive their own development. Moving to conflicts, Congo and M23 rebels resume Doha peace talks. The government of the Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwandan-backed M23 rebels have agreed to resume peace talks in Doha as the U.S. pushes a brokered deal that could help stabilize eastern Congo and unlock billions in mining investment. The renewed peace talks follow last week's Washington Accord signed by the foreign ministers of Congo and Rwanda, which pledged a 90-day withdrawal of Rwandan troops. Despite progress, tensions remain as M23 demands the release of imprisoned fighters and financial access in rebel-held areas. Meanwhile, the UN reports Rwanda maintains control over M23 forces. US officials hope for a finalized deal by late July as regional and international stakeholders push for a lasting resolution. In entertainment, Angelique Kidjo becomes first Black African honored on Hollywood Walk of Fame. Beninese music legend Angelique Kidjo has made history as the first Black African performer selected for a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, joining the class of 2026. The five-time Grammy winner, known for blending West African rhythms with funk, jazz, and R&B, has enjoyed a four-decade career with 16 albums and collaborations with global icons like Sting and Burna Boy. Hailed as Africa's premier diva, Kidjo's selection follows a trailblazing contribution to music and advocacy, including work as a UNICEF ambassador and founder of the Batonga Foundation, which empowered girls' education across Africa. Now in sports, FIFA backs FA's leadership on governance and decentralization reforms. FIFA has expressed strong support for the newly elected leadership of the Football Association of Zambia, commending President Keith Moemba's commitment to good corporate governance and uniting the football community. Speaking during a FIFA induction program for the new executive, FIFA Regional Development Manager David Fanny said the exercise aimed to equip the committee with the principles of sound management. Moemba reaffirmed his support to fully implemented decentralization, with plans to transition from rented regional offices to permanent facilities, and thanked FIFA for its $10 million investment in a new technical center in Chongwe. The center will serve as FA's headquarters and include top-tier infrastructure such as pitches, a hotel, gym, and conference halls. That concludes our African news updates for today. Stay tuned for more African news and developments. Thanks for joining us. I am Ojo Arumi Okocha. Connect and engage with us on all our social media handles. Do have a wonderful day.